So today on First Cup, you guys left me some stuff to talk about. It's Thanksgiving. We'll talk about that. Stick around. We're going to roll in 20. Yes, it's a different camera. Five, four, 3, 2, 1. Good morning, everybody, and welcome. Today is Thursday. It's November 25th, 2021. My name is Jeremy. Wait, I got to go over here now. I'm so trained. This is my first cup of coffee. I got distracted this morning and realized that my camera, which is normally right there, is actually out there, and I was going to be late. Good morning, Denise. It's going to be late to do the show. I've got another camera on order. Should be a better quality camera. Good morning, Jim. So once that comes in, maybe that might even come in on Friday. We will find out. And we'll set that up and see if we get even better video and audio quality. Good morning, Tommy. Way more people than I expected for Thanksgiving. I hope you all slept well. I hope you all prepared well. I made a pile. I made a 9x13 of sweet potatoes, mashed sweet potatoes last night. Came out amazing. Very excited for them. Well, how was your Wednesday? Good morning, Daniel. Good morning, Dennis. Dennis says happy Thursday and happy Thanksgiving. Whistlekick family. I'm thankful for all of you. And good morning, Stacy. I'm thankful for you and all of you as well. Apparently, Daniel refuses to participate with the rebellious colonists and is calling it Happy Gazpacho Soup Day. Jim has not slept preparing for the day. Yikes. Good morning, Mel. Good morning, Jenny. Happy Thanksgiving. So I thought a while about, do we do today as a different show? And I don't think we do. Because we're grateful anyway. We celebrate the things that we have anyway. We could kick it up a notch, but what does that even look like? I think if anything, it just means we stop talking about the other stuff. Good morning, Craig. But I don't think we have to do that. Jenny says she tried to sleep, but the toddler had other ideas. I could see that. Stacy's suggesting we end by streaming the video to Alice's restaurant. I have no idea. Talking about like Alice in Wonderland? Some of you reference things that I don't always get. Well, I hope you had a good Wednesday. Whether you were preparing for food or not. Oh, by the way, some of you were on the other day when I talked about this. We made these with different colors on each side. I just figured I'd show you. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, you probably weren't there that day, or it doesn't even matter. But let's get this pillow in the shot. My co-host a pillow, not my pillow, a pillow. The world is weird. Denise says hello, pillow. Thanksgiving, for those of us that celebrate it, everyone but Daniel, or, there could be some people lurking here that are international or choose not to celebrate Thanksgiving. I like the sentiment behind it. I don't like the world good morning, Tommy. I don't like what the world has done to it. The idea of getting together with people you love and sharing good food, I think that's pretty cool. You could think of Thanksgiving as the free training day of meals. Everybody gets together and shares food they're good at making, or shares something. And I think that's cool. I don't like the efforts to commercialize it. I don't like the efforts to throw business things on top of it. I've gotten a couple of inquiries. We have a Black Friday sale going tomorrow, which has nothing to do with apparel. And we have a Cyber Monday sale that has to do with apparel. That's it. It's all we're doing the entire holiday season. We will release other things, but I try to keep the prices low throughout instead of having stupid margins and then nobody wants to buy without a sale. This is what we do. I'm watching it get lighter out. It's an interesting time of year where the grass is there, it's still green, and there's snow like in the pockets between the grass. Jim's suggesting I'm Alice's Restaurant from the Alice Cooper album. I do not know Alice Cooper's catalog of music. I can just barely picture Alice Cooper. I think that's all I can contribute on that side of the conversation. And Daniel says, okay, in all seriousness, happy Thanksgiving to all my American friends. And I like what Stacy says here. At its purest, it should be like Canadian Thanksgiving. Celebrate the harvest with family and friends. Even if you don't harvest, you can celebrate. Celebrate with family and friends. I think for a lot of people, Thanksgiving has become an obligation. And that's a shame. Oh, but apparently it's not Alice Cooper. Oh, very cool. Thank you, Daniel. We'll talk about that in a moment. I think Thanksgiving has become obligatory for a lot of people in the same way that buying a certain volume or dollar amount of Christmas gifts has become obligatory for people. How do I want to phrase this? Sometimes you just have to stop worrying about what other people think. There are people out there who attend Thanksgiving every year knowing that they're not going to have a good time. And that's really a shame. I've spent Thanksgivings alone. Wasn't thrilled about it. But sometimes spending Thanksgiving alone rather than spending it with people you don't want to be around. You got to pick your battles. So people are talking about all the books that they're buying. So tomorrow, we release our newest Whistlekick book, 12 Months to Health. You can pre-order the Kindle or the paperback or the hardcover. This is our first hardcover we're doing. Through tomorrow, I forget their schedule, but we are basically through tomorrow. Jenny may have to correct me on this. We're releasing it at the lowest price Amazon will let us. If you've never published a book on Amazon's platform, there's a minimum that let you charge. You know, it's got to cover the printing cost and the shipping cost, and they want to make a couple bucks. And then at the minimum level, you know, we usually make like a nickel. That's what we're launching at. We're launching at the lowest price that they will let us. And then it's going to start marching up from there, because we're expecting this book to actually do something pretty big. So we want to try to make a little bit of money on it. So for those of you who are around, get over to Amazon, help us out, pre-order a copy of 12 Months to Health. The Kindle's like $3.99. It's super cheap. You can read all about it there. And thank you to everyone in the chat who has already supported. I appreciate it. Jenny's reminding me the ebook pre-order is through today. It releases for all 3 platforms tomorrow. Dennis is going to go grab the Kindle version. Thank you. And Daniel says, I also pointed a friend of mine who is a PT life coach, and he likes the look and is going to pick up a copy to check out, hopefully recommend to people. We're on to something. And I'll be honest with you guys. If we make this book work, I've got about half a dozen Similar ideas. 12 months to this, that, the other. This may become our, chicken soup sort of thing. There are plenty of 12 months to better martial arts, 12 months to this, 12 months to that. There's a lot of things we can do. Stacy says, last year I spent Thanksgiving in the hospital working during the cyber attack. I ended up with 4 dinners delivered by friends. Well, that's kind of cool. Jenny, whose message are you asking people to check? You guys got to use names. If you're talking to each other in the chat, please use names. Most of you do. If you're talking to me in the chat, I don't know. I assume you are if there's no name. And if it doesn't make sense because you said something, I responded to it 30 seconds later, you responded to that 30 seconds later, and then I took like 10 seconds to see it. That's over a minute. My attention span. Oh, okay. Jenny's messaging me something. Sure. So Jenny messaged me, Amazon made our paperback and hardcover available already faster than we expected them to. There's usually more of a delay. Want to say it on the show? Yes. I just did. What's the price on the hardcover? I have, because this is our first hardcover. Jenny, what was the price on the hardcover? I'm curious. The gist of the book, which I'm very thankful for, there's a $19.99. Okay. That's not much more than the paperback because it's a lot of pages. It's almost 400 pages because of the format of the book. I'm grateful that we are able to make things that people value and will spend money on. I'm grateful to have people who will work with me on making those things like Jenny. Jenny's done a ton of work on this. Oh, paperback's $10.99. Nice. Okay, we did get the price on that down. It was more at one point. And I said, that's dumb. How do we make it cheaper? And I think we found a way to make it cheaper. So I'm thankful for that. Hardcover in the UK, almost £15, £13 in paperback. Okay. Not euros, pounds. British pound sterling. I would take 13 pounds of sterling silver. Stacy says, and the pricing is why I have all 3 formats coming. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. This is, I will all but guarantee that if you follow what's in this, you will look back in a year and go, holy cow, I didn't expect this much progress. Liz says, just bought the hardcover. Woot woot, so excited. Nice. All right, well, let's move on from discussion of this book. I appreciate all of you. I am thankful that you are picking up this book. If you get the opportunity, if you see one of the social media posts, if you want to share it with someone, if you want to let people know, we rolled it out this time of year because it's going to make a great gift. That was the whole plan. All right. Today, I'm spending time with, we'll call them extended family. We do not share blood, but I've spent holidays with these folks for many, many years. Our tradition is to get together, start eating when we walk in the door. We usually eat the actual meal 1 to 2 hours later. Then we take a small break while everyone falls asleep. There's usually football on, and then we have pie. And then everyone goes, and drives home. That's pretty much the tradition. It's not a bad way to spend a day. I would love all of you to post something, and I want to read these. So I'm gonna move on. I'm gonna move on to the stuff you left me in the Facebook group. But what I would love is for all of you to post in the chat what you are or something you are thankful for. And then I will read them online. Denise, you may be the only person that did not see this message yesterday. I have, because I think you ordered another pair of sweatpants. Anyway, everyone who ordered more sweatpants, I finally got them yesterday. They are over there in a box, and I'm hoping to ship them out on Friday. Okay. So we're going to start with Frank stuff today. Thank you, as always, to Frank. November is Native American Heritage Month. When you rise in the morning, give thanks for the light, for your life, for your strength. Give thanks for your food and for the joy of living. If you see no reason to give thanks, the fault lies in yourself. Tecumseh. I've had days like this. I've had days where I feel like everything's against me. The world is trying to tear me down. And it can be difficult to break out of that mindset, but to realize, hey, almost everything that was good yesterday is still good today. Let's focus on some of the good. Let's be thankful for, even if it's small things, even if it's this cup of coffee, I'm thankful. All right, let's catch up on some of these. Craig says, being surrounded by incredible people who encourage me to push out of my comfort zone and reach my potential. Daniel, despite being a Brit, I do like the American thing of Thanksgiving being all about the food, and Christmas is about other things. We cram food and everything else into Christmas, and it gets a bit much sometimes. Stacy says, same here. Eat football, and just add in listening to the 17-minute epic Alice's Restaurant at least twice. Denise, I'm thankful for the puppy dog sleeping in my arms right now. He is my best friend. Oh. Jenny says, how has Jeremy not heard of Alice's Restaurant? He has not. I don't know what you're talking about. Remember my Black Friday story from the other day. There are things that have just passed me by. Stacy says she's thankful for the friends. Got a little trigger happy here. For the friends I will be celebrating with. Keep it going. You can post more than one. If you talk to the animals, they will talk with you and you will know each other. If you do not talk to them, you will not know them. And what you do not know, you will fear. What one fears, one destroys. Chief Dan George. Most of you know I lost my cat in July. And how do I phrase this? Her absence is notable, except for the times when it's not. I'm not going to tell you what to believe here, but there are times I swear she's still here. Maybe it's my imagination, but I don't think so. And that's really comforting. Yesterday was one of those days. And it makes me stop. Ooh. Stacy's having dinner with Smashy and Mom, and got a YouTube being posted here that I'm not going to bring on right now because I haven't reviewed it. Apparently of Alice's Restaurant. Coffee. I'm very thankful for coffee. What else are you guys thankful for? Listen, or your tongue will make you deaf. Terri Farley. How do we learn? By shutting up. We learn so much by observing, by welcoming information. If you follow Martial Arts Radio, oh yeah, there should be an episode today. It's Thursday. Let's take a look. If you follow Martial Arts Radio, you've heard me say a number of times that one of my favorite ways to teach someone about human behavior is to have them go sit at a coffee shop in a busy area and just watch what people do. People operate in patterns, and the more you see them, the more you learn. It's pretty light. It's just observation. Oh, I like what he did with that graphic. That's fun. So episode 661 is out today. It's a rapid fire Q&A that Andrew and I did. Most of you seem to like those. So at some point, if you're sitting on the couch, exhausted from eating too much, or taking a break, or hiding in the bathroom because your family's driving you nuts, you've got about 30 minutes of Andrew and I to give you a break. All right, look at all these things coming in. Dennis says, so much to be thankful for: my health, my family, Sarah and her kids, my own 4 boys, and my parents still being here on Earth, my ability to still train at a fairly high level, and fellow martial artists, most especially this incredible group that inspire me every day. Good stuff. Thank you, Dennis. I had a great call with Dennis yesterday. Jenny says, I'm thankful for the opportunity to get off the night shift and heal my body. That shift was causing me mental, physical, and emotional issues. And I'm thankful for the chance to stay home with my daughter. I missed out on this with my boys. It's an amazing blessing. Shout out to Matt Nather for making it happen. Craig says, thankful to have the opportunity to make a positive impact in the lives of others. Going back to that last quote, you can't speak and listen at the same time. This comes from Tommy. My mantra teaching gym class. It's very true. And Jenny adds on, you all may have noticed that I am also thankful for being able to help write books. She does a great job. I'm very thankful. All right. And our last bit here coming in from Josh Blum. We've got a quote, or a question rather, and a comment. So let's start with actually, I want to look this up before I say it. So a comment from the discussion a few days ago on former President Trump getting an honorary black belt, although I suspect this was nothing more than a political stunt. One other way to look at it might be that sometimes rank is awarded with the expectation that one will grow into it and work hard to be worthy of it. Again, I doubt this was the intention, but stranger things have happened. And what I wanted to look up was, so as a perfect example of why we don't do the crud that so many do, the link bait slimy posts. The most recent video I did on TikTok, which is like 15 seconds, says Trump got a black belt, stop caring, shut up, don't worry about it, doesn't affect you, has more views than everything I've done. Everything. Oh, all the way down. Everything but my video where I suggest a belt as a good weapon. There are a couple more, but most of them, it's not even close. This is why link bait exists, because people take the bait. Thank you. Thank you, Jenny. Liz says, I'm thankful for how much growth that I have had this year, personally, professionally. I'm thankful for my family, especially that my parents are still around. I'm thankful for my in-laws. Oh, she calls them in-loves. And the fact that we are combining both halves on my family today. That's awesome. Both halves of, I'm assuming, family today. I like this. I sneeze on camera and people say, bless you. I'm kind of disappointed nobody tried to say Gesundheit. Yeah, I can spell Gesundheit, I think. There's a part B to what Josh said. Sorry, I got distracted. If you guys had to pick just one martial arts book to save if your house were on fire, what would you grab and why? Jetty says, I'm not spelling that. She's not going to spell Gesundheit. If I was going to grab a martial arts book, see, I have kind of 2 tiers. I have ones that mean something and ones that don't. The ones that mean something, there are quite a few, and they're books that guests autograph and mail in. I think Stacy got it. I think that's how you spell Gesundheit. So I don't know how I would pick them. I don't reread books very often. Although there is a new book coming from a scheduled guest that I've told Andrew I want an advance copy of. And I'm hoping it gets autographed. And if that happens, then that would probably occupy that slot. There's some more foreshadowing and vague confusion of an upcoming guest. Haha. Denise says, the book that Grandmaster Richard Chun signed for me when he gave me my green belt in 1993. Super cool. Stacy says, I want one too. If I can get more than one, I will. You gotta be careful how you handle it when you're talking to big names. So yeah, I don't think there's one specific book. I guess if I had to be pinned down to anything, it would be Zen and the Martial Arts. But the copy I have isn't anything special to me. It's a reprint and certainly not autographed because I bought it after Mr. Himes passed away. That's someone that I would have been the best example of who I would want on the show. Somebody who was around, who made an impact in their own way, and obviously has phenomenal stories. If you haven't read Zen of the Martial Arts, you are missing out. Daniel says, hey, come on my show. Oh, and bring me some free stuff. Hey, why not? And Dennis says, copies of the book for Christmas gifts for 4 martial artist sons. When we did free training day, I brought all the books that we had laying around. I had ordered a bunch of copies of Martial Artist Handbook, but also Hopkick, because Jenny was there to sign autographs. And I found some random copies of other stuff laying around, some of those. But I also found one copy of Faith. And so I put that out on the table, and somebody was very excited to have me autograph a copy of Faith. And people brought books that they'd already purchased. We were doing free autographs. People really... There was one moment, there was a boy who was probably late teens, maybe early 20s, and he wanted 3 autographed copies, one for his instructor, one for him, and I forget who the third one was for. But I just remember he seemed very, very... It was like he was really going to value that. And this is still a part of what we do that I'm having a hard time wrapping my head around, is that, we are trying to put what we do out there. And by extension, that means some of what I do is out there. And now people want my autograph. And that's interesting to me. So, yeah. Stacy says, here, we're going to wind down here because it's time. If I had to grab one, it would be my tattered copy of Korean Karate that was a gift. The spine is coming undone from use by the previous owner. Oh, that's cool. Dennis asks, is that Duksung Son's book? I still have mine too. And Stacy says, yes, the friend trained with him. Denise says, oh, so this is a little bit of fun kind of trivia. Denise says, if we ever meet in person, I would love for you to autograph my whistlekick black belt. We made belts for like a hot second, and most of them came through terribly. I remember sorting through them on the floor because I had to measure them. It was a whole cluster. And I told people when we put those out there, I said, get them. I don't know if we will ever do these again. This was a nightmare. Daniel's running. Enjoy, Daniel. Have a great day. Denise says it was my first, and I hear they're They are rare. They are rare. I don't even think I have a whistlekick black belt. I may have one buried. So actually, I think I do. I think I do have one somewhere, but I don't think I've ever worn it. I have one black belt. It's the only one I need. I'm being told that circumstances are coming where I need to wear a different one. I'm unhappy about that, but sometimes we do things to make other people happy, not ourselves. And what a better way to remind us of today, because let's face it, when you get together with a bunch of people that you have something in common with, but you're not with every day, there's going to be tension. It might be small. Hopefully it's small. But even when you're around a bunch of people that you love, things happen. So here's my advice. Stay away from hot button topics. Even if you don't think they're hot button, you know what they are. And remember that it's okay to say, you know what? I don't want to talk about that today because I'd rather enjoy our time together. And I don't think that us discussing that subject is going to be enjoyable. You have the right to not engage in a conversation, just like you have the right to not engage in a fight or anything. You have the right to not engage. So take it if you need it. Okay. I appreciate every single one of you. Thank you for being here today. Thank you for giving me, honestly, some days a reason to wake up. I'll see you back here tomorrow. We'll have another show tomorrow. And you know what? Here's what I would love to do, because this kind of combines, I think this would be fun for some of you. Show up with links to great Black Friday deals that you could argue are at least somewhat related to martial arts. It doesn't have to be directly. It doesn't have to be like a new uniform, but something somewhat related. It can be from any of our competitors, could be from Amazon. I don't care. Let's do that while we have conversation tomorrow, and I'll post the links, and some of you might go, oh, I'll get that for so-and-so. Let's see if we can make everybody's holiday shopping easier. Okay. I appreciate you. If you're watching later, listening later, thank you. I appreciate you as well. And remember, if you want to support us, you got a bunch of ways. Specifically, the two biggest ones, patreon.com/whistlekick, or you can use the code FirstCup15 at whistlekick.com. But again, don't buy anything today. Just wait. Wait until after Monday. And if what you see is not on sale, then buy it. Well, you can buy it Monday, I guess, once you see what the sale comes out. Okay. Questions and comments for tomorrow at facebook.com/firstcupwithjeremy. Here, I didn't even put that banner up today. All right. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. I appreciate every single one of you. I said that like 12 times, but I'm going to say it again. Take care, and I'll see you tomorrow. Peace. I almost did this. Peace.